show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. We do it like clockwork here on The Price of Business here on Talk 650. Delighted to have on my program a representative of one of my favorite companies, which is the one and only Baker Communications, the leader in sales and customer relations training. And we're delighted to have here Jackie English. Good to talk to you.
Hey, Kevin, glad to be here.
Hey, real quickly, first of all, tell us your position there at Baker.
I'm the Instructional Design Manager for Baker Communications, which means that my team does all the customization work. We have all sorts of great sales training and performance improvement tools, but for our top companies especially, they want materials that are customized to fit their specific exact needs and to give them the targeted benefits that they want. So my team works with our clients to develop those themes to make them look and feel like they were just produced strictly for them.
Well, and I got to tell you, just for some disclosure's sake, that we utilized your program just recently for the sales team affiliated with my media company, and it was phenomenal. I mean, it was incredible what you did. It could not have been more internal-like and more customized than what you guys did. So props to you.
Oh, thanks a lot. It's always a pleasure to serve and hear good reports.
It was phenomenal, and the people had several V8 moments during their session with them. And what's great about it is that you can customize it according to the needs of the client. It could be a half a day, it could be a day, it could be a couple of days.
That's right.
And ours was a half a day, which was great, which means I still got some work out of them, but we also got them some skills and some training that they absolutely needed.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about that as it relates to what we're doing in our ongoing series.
Well, so today we're going to talk a little bit about we've been talking about personal productivity and how you can get the things done that you really need to get done. And one of the things we want to look at today is the question of, do you really have to do everything that ends up on your plate? And if not, the answer should be no. What do you do about it? How do you sort that all out so that you're working on the things that are the most important to you? And, people call us all the time for help with time management and personal productivity issues. I think it's probably one of the biggest requests that we have day after day. And, everybody's feeling so oppressed these days, and they're desperate for help, and they think that there's some kind of magic bullet out there where time management is concerned, and they call us, and they want us to help them create some kind of special space-time multiplexer that will expand the bounds of physics so that they can get more stuff done.
Yeah, they've been watching too much Star Trek.
That's exactly right. When the whole point is getting more stuff done should never be the goal. The problem is that people are always trying to get too much stuff done. They're saying yes to too many things. They're accepting too many assignments. They're juggling too many responsibilities. They're living in this fantasy world that says if I just tried harder and ran faster, I could get more things done. They get totally bogged down and totally overwhelmed. So the key to increasing your personal productivity is very simple. You have to learn to say no to things that aren't on your list of the top really important goals to accomplish.
Okay, very good. You got to learn to say no. And this is one of the things that's very interesting because the 20th century and the 21st century, were noted for dramatic ways of leveraging time. Yep. Noted for the dramatic ways, and we went from, phones alone, which were extraordinary, to cell phones that I actually have my means to talk to anyone at any time from anywhere virtually. And yet, in the end analysis, we only are all allotted a certain number of days on Earth. And so we're always going to be frustrated by our inability to get things done. And one of the biggest reasons why we have that inability is we take on more than we can really handle.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You've got with smartphones and texting and tweeting and email and we're just bombarded. People have 24-hour access to us, and so they think that means that we have 24 hours that we can be working on their stuff. So we put together 5 tips for how to say no to things that are going to erode your productivity.
Okay.
The first one is the first step is you have to have a good handle on what are the most important things to you. What are your high-value goals? The things that have the most value to you and your organization, the things that are going to define your ability to succeed. Now, for a sales manager, that high-value goal might be, spending more time coaching my team members. A sales rep, it might be cultivating that top 20% of the customer base that's actually driving 80% of your revenue. For a parent, it might be just keeping weekends clear to be with my kids. But whatever it is, you have to know what it is that you need to be protecting so that you can make sure that those goals stay protected. So that's the first step. And the second step is going to be how to figure out how to separate what's merely urgent from what's truly important. I know you're like me. You get requests from people all the time, and they're having some kind of fire drill. They're having some kind of heart attack. The sky is falling. I need this. I need it right now. And maybe it's urgent to them, and they're trying to suck us into it. But just because it's urgent to them doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be urgent to us.
Correct.
So, several years ago, Stephen Covey popularized a handy little process that he called the urgent versus important principle, and we love teaching this to people. And we get some of those V8 moments from this because there are different kinds of requests that come to us in the course of a day or in the course of a week. And with this little tool, if a request comes to you and it's urgent, which means it's got a time-sensitive deadline attached to it, and it's also important to your goals, to your personal goals, then that's a high-priority issue that you need to kick up and pay attention to. If it may have a time deadline associated with it, but it's not important to your goals at all, it's trivial. It may feel urgent, but if it's not meeting your goals, it's trivial. So you need to set that aside or refer it, give it to somebody else, or just ignore it. There's some other interesting things about this. You sometimes have issues that aren't urgent in terms of time, but they are important in terms of your goals, and so you need to make that a focus so that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. Put it in your planner, schedule a time to work on it. But finally, if it's not urgent in terms of time, it's not important to you, even if somebody thinks you need to be sucked into it, that's just a waste of your time, and you need to drop it. Most of us are going to spend most of our time trying to prioritize what's urgent in terms of time sensitivity and what is important to us in terms of getting our goals done.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about it. And we are talking to Jackie English. She is with Baker Communications, and they do a fantastic job of providing people the really the most cutting-edge, most advanced, some of the best information out there on sales and customer relations training. And, in fact, you work with about half of the Fortune 500 companies out there.
That's true. It is.
And so I think that's extraordinary. And you've got people who work in virtual offices literally all over the country.
Actually, all around the world.
All around the world, excuse me, that's true. In fact, I met one of your strategic allies in San Francisco during the Dreamforce. I met one of your strategic allies there from England.
Oh, that's right, probably from the Mentor Group.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Great guy. Very good guy. And all of your people are great. I've enjoyed working with you guys and continue to enjoy it and really see the profound impact it has on people's lives. So when you do training in the customer, let me rephrase that, in the time management area, tell us your categories as well as your approaches.
The first thing we always try to do is try to help people do what we've already discussed, which is identify what their high-value goals are, because it's amazing how many people just stumble blindly through every day just trying to get anything done without focusing on the things that are really going to give them the highest payoff. So the first thing we always do is help them think through those high payoff items that are really going to make a difference to their success. After we do that, then we give them a set of skills for dealing with getting those things done and dealing with the rest of the requests. We teach them things like, one of our other tips today for learning how to say no is we teach them how to delegate. People hate delegate. A lot of people are afraid to delegate because they're afraid that, by the time I gave it to somebody else and told them how to do it, I could get it to myself, or they won't do it the way I would do it. And so we waste a lot of time doing things that we really don't need to do. It may be important to somebody, but doesn't need to be important to us. So we train people how to delegate.
Hey, I'm sorry, Jackie. They're going to have music here in a second. I do want to make sure we mention BakerCommunications.com, and I'm going to tell Lynn and Walter Rogers how phenomenal you did today. You did a great job.
Hey, thanks, Kevin.
Thanks so much for being with us and keeping us informed and really reminding us that we need to be, mindful of the important but not slaves to the urgent, because what's urgent to someone else may be their own fault, not ours. So very important. Thanks so much, Jackie.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. You have a great day.
You too. Baker Communications, phenomenal company. BakerCommunications.com. You're listening to Talk 650, powered by CBS Radio.